This is going to be a really short rundown of how to get wind influence on hair in 14. I'm starting with a mesh that's not from 14, it's a Sims mesh. So as it stands, there are no attributes because I deleted the Sims one that was already there. If you have a 14 mesh, you will have VC0, VC1, VC2 here. And this is going to be in the object data properties, and then you just scroll down to get to color attributes and open that. The order in which you add your color attributes is going to be important because the way that TextTools reads it is in order of how you added them. So to start adding color attributes, you add your first map, and you can name this. It doesn't really matter what you name it. What it's normally called is VC0. You want this to be white because it's going to affect the color of the hair. So you add that first, and then for the wind influence, you want it to be starting out black. If it starts out any other color, it's going to start wiggling in the air, and you don't want that. It's named to VC1 because it starts counting from 0, but it's VC2. So you add that and just make sure that this is the order that you add it, and this one's being rendered, and this is the one that you're editing. So you select that, select the object that you want to edit the vertex color on, and you start vertex painting. You can't see it in material mode, so you want to switch to solid mode, and just make sure that you have the right one selected. This should be the second one. And the way that I do it is because a lot of meshes tend to have like double layers, so there's like back faces on the other side of this, and if you only draw on the front faces, you're going to get uneven sort of wiggling. You want to go into here and then turn off this setting. I think this is normally on, just turn it off. And it's super easy to do this. You should do this to all your hair because it's really fun. The way that I do it is I just take a really small brush, I put it all the way towards red. You can just turn it all the way on red. If you add green, it adds power to the wigglingness. It looks a little bit strange, so I tend not to do that at all. But just make sure that the red is all the way up. And so I just start adding it to the edges of the hair. And that's good enough. Then I blur it out with a really big brush until it looks even. And I missed a spot. If you feel like you added a little bit too much, you can always use the smear tool to pull it back down towards the ends. And that'll reduce the wind influence a little bit. And this is really all you need to do. Blur it back out again once you do that, and you have wind influence here. So when you're testing this in game, just make sure that you're in an area that actually has wind. The place that I like to do this is in Othard, the area with, like it's super windy, it's like the plains. I don't remember what it's called, but I tend to go out there and test it instead of like sitting inside a house because that has no wind. And then when you're exporting, just make sure that when you check these, that they're in the correct order. If you find that they're not in the correct order, so let's say for instance you accidentally add this first, what I do is I add a new vertex color or color attribute, put it all the way to white. This is my new VC0. Duplicate this. It should add it at the end here, and then delete the original, so that when you're looking at your vertex color, it'll be in the correct order, and TextTools will actually install it. So